Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2023. Now, this is kind of going to be a shorter video because, well, these movies haven't been released yet. I don't know what the movies are going to be like. I don't know if they're going to be good, bad. This is just movies I am looking forward to in the year 2023, and not every single movie for 2023 has been released yet. So this list is just me kind of looking at what has been announced or what might come out this next year that I am most looking forward to. So yeah, that's basically it. This is the last of my end of the year videos. I did my top 10 best and worst movies of 2022, and now this is just kind of looking forward and capping that off with what I'm looking forward to in 2023. Also, at some point this week, I'm going to do a live stream where I rank all the movies I saw in 2022 together, so that should be pretty fun. So yeah, let's kick this off. Number 10 for me is going to be Knock at the Cabin, the newest M. Night Shyamalan film, and I wanted to include this on my list because the trailer has me very intrigued for this movie, but it's M. Night Shyamalan. He broke my heart with Old, and then his movie before Old Glass is one of my favorite movies of all time. So, yeah, it's M. Night Shyamalan, man. Like, the guy makes some of the greatest movies ever and makes some of my least favorite movies ever. It is like extreme hit or miss with M. Night Shyamalan, and no matter how many of his movies I watch and I'm not really on board for it, or don't work for me, or I don't like, I'm always interested in what he is doing because whether his movies are good or bad, they always have an interesting concept. I can never take that away from the guy from giving us original concepts in movies. So I don't know if this is going to be another situation like Old. I don't know if it's going to be one of the situations like Glass, but I am very curious about Knock at the Cabin. Coming in ninth place, I knew I wanted to include one of these on here, so this is where it's going to fall. This will be Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I knew I wanted to include at least one Marvel movie on here, but with 2022, I wasn't overly enamored with any of the things that Marvel put out. I haven't been happy with Disney Plus. I wasn't very happy with Phase 4 in general. So maybe Phase 5 will change things and get us back on track to what I want from the MCU. And this is the one I'm looking forward to the most. I don't really care about the Marvels all that much. I wasn't a big fan of the first Captain Marvel. And it's really a toss-up between Ant-Man 3 and Guardians 3. Which one I'm more interested in. I'm just more interested in Ant-Man 3 right now because it looks like it's going to get us on track with introducing Kang and finally starting to set up our next Avengers movies and our next event movies in the MCU. So that is why it is this low on a list for most anticipated movies of the year for someone who is a diehard MCU fan. Coming in 8th place is going to be Evil Dead Rise, the newest Evil Dead movie. Now, we don't have a trailer for this. We know very little about this movie at this point in time, other than it's an Evil Dead movie set in like a high-rise, hence the name Evil Dead Rise. And yeah, I like the Evil Dead franchise. I love the Evil Dead remake, one of my favorite horror movies and just movies in general. So I am very curious about this movie and what a change of scenery setting could bring to the Evil Dead franchise. My 7th most anticipated movie of the year is going to be Scream 6. Now, I'm someone that likes the Scream franchise, but none of them are some of my favorite horror movies of all time. But it's a very consistent franchise where really the only movie that I don't really care for all that much is Scream 4, and I still think it's a decent movie. But yeah, I thought Scream 2022 was really damn good. So I'm very excited to see this movie. Maybe we'll finally get a good slasher movie set in Manhattan. I'm looking at you. Jason takes a fucking boat ride. But yes, I'm pretty excited for this one. I really liked Scream 2022. That is my second favorite movie in the Scream franchise, just behind the original Scream. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Number 6 is going to be Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, I'm someone who really likes the Indiana Jones franchise. I haven't watched the movies in a number of years, but I have a lot of nostalgia for them. I was like really into Indiana Jones when I was a lot younger, so I've seen those movies many times, and it's a big part of my childhood. And I remember when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, and that was kind of a mixed bag of an Indiana Jones film, but I just like the Indiana Jones movies. They're just really fun adventure movies. And so just the fact that we're getting another Indiana Jones movie is pretty exciting in and of itself. So I'm hoping that this one will be really good and can end this franchise on a high note. Next up, we got Cocaine Bear. This movie just looks like it's going to be so much fun. I mean, when you have a concept of a bear that just finds cocaine and is high on cocaine, like that in and of itself is an instant yes, I'm gonna see this movie. I was already gonna go see this movie before the trailer came out. Then the trailer came out and I'm like, hell yes, this movie looks fucking awesome. I just can't wait for this movie. It is going to be it, or I don't know, but it looks like it is going to be one of the funniest movies of 2023. Coming in fourth place is going to be Oppenheimer, the newest Christopher Nolan movie. Now, we have two trailers for this movie now. Neither of them really give a whole lot away about what the plot of this movie is, but this movie has one of the most stacked casts in history. Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Gary Oldman, Kenneth Branagh, Jack Quaid, Rami Malek, David Dastmalchian, Josh Hartnett, Casey Affleck, Matthew Modine, Dane DeHaan, and Alden Ehrenreich, Jason Clarke, Alex Wolff, Josh Peck, and then you also got Dylan Arnold in there, it looks like. This movie just looks like, just from the cast alone, this movie would be one of my most anticipated movies of the year. But it's also a Christopher Nolan movie, and he's just one of the most interesting directors working today. So I am so excited for this movie. Christopher Nolan always delivers really good movies, and with a cast that is this big, I'm all on board for this movie. Next up, we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, I'm a very casual Mission Impossible fan. None of them are some of my favorites of all time, but I really enjoy them. But for some reason, the trailer for this newest Mission Impossible movie just got me extremely pumped up and just excited to see the movie. So, I don't know what it is about that trailer, but that trailer was just so damn good that I cannot wait for this movie. Yeah, honestly, I think it's kind of weird that I'm this excited for a Mission Impossible movie, considering I'm not, it's not like my favorite franchise of all time, but it's a very solid franchise. So yeah, I am very, very excited to see this awesome action movie. But the action movie I am looking forward to the most in the year 2023, of course, is John Wick Chapter 4. The first two John Wick movies are both in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. I adore the first two John Wick movies. I really enjoy John Wick 3, but I do think it is a significant step down from the first two. And even though I think they should have ended this movie at a trilogy and closed it out with a third movie, I am still extremely, extremely excited for John Wick Chapter 4. It is the definitive action franchise. To me personally, it's got some of the best action sequences, best world building, best characters of any action franchise for me personally. So just getting more John Wick stuff, I will take that any day of the week. So I cannot wait for John Wick Chapter 4. But easily in first place by just a landslide, my most anticipated movie of 2023, and I don't even know if the movie is coming out in 2023, but that's going to actually be the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I know that might just seem like the most random ass pick for a most anticipated movie, but I love that game series, and I remember when they announced this movie, like, it seems like forever ago that they announced that they were making a movie off of that property. And I have been waiting for this movie for so damn long. And they announced a while ago that it was starting to film in February of 2023. And just like a week or so ago, we got a few castings of Matthew Lillard and Josh Hutcherson in the movie. So it actually looks like it is about to happen, that we're actually finally going to get this movie. So, as someone who loves that game series and has been waiting for this movie for like 7 years, it's just the thought that we might get it this year is just so exciting for me. And even if this movie is just shot in 2023 and isn't released till 2024, I can guarantee you it will be my most anticipated movie of 2024 as well. So those are my picks for the movies I'm most anticipating in the year 2023. Let me know some of the movies you're most anticipating down below in the comments section. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.